it's Tuesday night, and I don't have a debate. It's just Tuesday night, and we're hanging out. I do have a debate in a little bit. I shouldn't say I don't have a debate. It's coming up in just over 2 hours. It's a debate with Flat Earth pilot Quincy Carr, who thinks that 5G is somehow, I don't know what he thinks it is. I'm going to have to let him explain what he thinks it is, but apparently it's some nefarious thing. We're going to talk about that. I have with me in the chat, it's an open discussion, so I have with me in the chat, I got Mute Donkey, Joe Whip, and Alan Evans. The link is in the live chat if anybody else was interested in having a little bit of a talk. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing
good.
Not too bad.
We got nobody on camera. Nobody at all.
You don't want to see me on camera.
I did send a link to Punchy. So, if we want to see somebody, Punchy's the one you want to see for sure.
Well, I cut the grass today. I'm a mess.
I raked the acorns today, and I had to shower afterwards. It's hot here. So
I wish it was hot here.
So I have a post office box now, which two things mean. It means two things. Number one means you could send me things. I'll get it in a second. And number two means I have to send out the things that I've been saying I was going to send out. So now I really have to, because that was my last excuse.
Oh, we got a Punchy.
Oh, we do. That is good. That is good to have a Punchy in the house. Let's see. Where did I put the address? I think I put it in my Evernote. I'm pretty sure of that.
What's going on here?
Is that Punchy? Oh,
Is it?
He's outside.
I am. It's not -40. It's amazing.
It's
this flies though.
Yeah. Let's see. No, I'm looking at my post office box address.
Ah.
I have it partially remembered, but and then where did I post it? Oh, it's in Discord. I know where. It's a pinned message on my Discord. There it is.
Well, now you have two opportunities, MC Tune, for the postal service to lose your mail.
Yeah.
Your address and your post office box.
Two opportunities. Yeah. Well.
Yep, that's right.
The mail arrived just as I was starting. My wife dropped off a couple envelopes. So all right, there it is. The address is, if anybody's interested, because a few people have been asking, 3300. So 3300. see. Yeah.
Oh, the 33.
3300 Plymouth Boulevard, PO Box 47201, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55447, and then -1446.
Now, did you request that box number?
That address? Well, there were many addresses that I could choose from. Just had to be a post office I was willing to drive to occasionally. So, I don't know. I do very much appreciate that address. So now I have this going. 33 UC is not allowed on. So should he show up, I will. He gets booted. Because I can't have him on for debate, because he's going to want to debate until next year. So Savory Stone says he or she thinks this is the first time live at MC Tune. Well, welcome, Savory Stone. And no, I do not know Mary Tyler Moore. I've seen the statue. It's downtown on Nicollet Avenue, right in front of the old, well, it was a Macy's, and then it's a Target, and now it was a Dayton's, then a Macy's, then a Target. I don't know. It's on Nicollet Avenue. So it's a bronze statue, and it's really short. It's not life size. So it's a little, like, maybe 80% life size. So, let's see. Oh, there was
Hey. I saw that, Garrus. He said, ask Punchy why the Jets suck. The Jets don't suck. They're just, they're
Who's the Jets? The band
New
from
York Jets.
the band from Minneapolis.
The Winnipeg Jets, the hockey team.
Hockey team. Okay.
The New York Jets do suck.
Yeah, well, the Winnipeg Jets don't. They're just misunderstood, okay?
We don't.
Is that the sort of
this is the only sport we can talk about here.
Frisbee.
Yes.
I was going to say, is that the type of hockey you play on ice?
There's a different kind.
Like ice hockey, yeah.
Well, yeah, we only get field hockey in the UK.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, with those curved sticks.
Yeah.
weird.
That you have to bend over. You get a bad back after 5 minutes playing that sport.
Yeah. Although, in all fairness, I haven't actually really followed the NHL since the beginning of this whole thing. I'm just trying to avoid the word here. Just because it's not the same when you can't actually go and watch it. I don't care about watching them play in an empty arena and all that. Luckily, it's getting back to normal now, so there is that.
Well, I hate to tell you, Punchy, but I'm old enough to remember when the Winnipeg Jets were in the World Hockey Association.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was long before my time.
All right, this sports ball talk is going to have to stop. I'm telling you.
Hey, there is no ball in hockey.
I allegedly.
Well, not in ice hockey, at least I should say.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the important things. Is Gary White-Banga going to show up in Zoom?
He'll show up in the chat.
Gary's a coward.
Yeah. So, all right. I have. This is some interesting news. There's a guy in Gateshead. You may have heard me talk about a different guy in Gateshead named Mark Steele. Well, a different guy in Gateshead that's not named Mark Steele, but is named David Patton, maybe? Yeah, David Patterson. He burned down a cell phone tower that wasn't even a 5G tower, most likely, and caused somewhere around 150,000 pounds of damage.
Wow.
At least.
Ouch.
And just today, he had his day in court for something, not exactly sure what, but so yeah, I suspect that he was driven to such activities because of a certain other person from Gateshead. But,
Makes sense.
Alan, you're gonna have to get up there and kick some butt.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know. I have absolutely no interest in going to that part of England again.
So
I guess it'd be a bit like going to Pittsburgh.
Oh my God, that's a fate worse than death.
Yeah, no.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's not a state; it's a city.
Well, Gateshead isn't a state either.
Yeah.
No, it's
England's only about the size of a state, so I mean, come on.
Oh no, England is adorable. It's tiny. Like 20 minutes you go from coast to coast.
the entirety of the United Kingdom would be the 12th largest state if it was part of the US, based on both population and land size.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
All right. So we're doing a little bit of research on does he have any known association to the other Gateshead person there? We sometimes call the Gateshead gunman.
Jeez.
Because he shot a girl in the head in 1993 and then went to prison for it.
Oh, him. Yes.
That guy. Yeah. So
Yeah, that guy.
I have a video recorded that I almost put out, but in that video I issue a challenge to him to take a GCSE test, which is the test that they take at about the age of 16.
Correct.
And if he gets an 8 or 9, then I will donate $1,000 to his favorite charity. But now in the video, because I didn't get enough information on the grading system. I said an A, so I have to replace that.
You can get an A star.
An A star.
That's a pathing algorithm.
Yes.
I believe, at least I believe that's how it's done, although they might have changed it because they do like to keep changing it.
Yeah. Well, so I have spoken with a certain flat earth debunker who is a teacher and lacks hair. And he's going to properly word in video the exact nature of what Mark Steele needs to do. The reason why I'm doing this is because Mark Steele claims to have 35 years of research in the energy sector.
Oh yeah, but MC Toon don't all the conspiracy theorists claim to have X amount of years, usually at least over 10, in some field where they claim to be professionals when they
Of course.
it literally couldn't be further from the truth.
And none of them actually have that kind of credential. So if somebody claims to have that kind of expertise, then they would absolutely be ready, willing, and able to show everybody that they have that by putting it to a test. And so I'm hoping for the $1,000 he would take this and then have it be proctored by a proper instructor, and then he won't take it. He will pass up the $1,000 donation because he knows he could not do well.
Speaking of expert, did you ever get any of the references or evidence from the one that you had on the other week?
From last week, Tony Neo. So
that promised that he was going to send you all the links.
No, nothing has been forthcoming yet, but he is going to be on here 2 days from now at 10 o'clock at night debating Wolfie 6020.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So there we go. That should be interesting. They're both from the Sydney area, so
The
Well, that'll
Sydney
be
area.
must see.
Sydney, Australia.
That'll be must see
Sydney.
TV.
Sorry.
Must see TV.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So let's
Wolfie's
see.
landing upside down all the time.
I know, yeah. I'll put them on screen both upside down at first. You watch, I will. UK is that P1 or PI? UK PI, I think, for £2 says, all shout out, we love Scotland. I guess that's to you guys as well. So go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
We
We
love
love
Scotland.
Scotland.
Very,
We love
Sorry,
Scotland.
but I couldn't say that.
very well done.
I can't say that.
I must say, if to anyone in the side chat that is from Scotland or around Scotland, please tell me. Do you know an Angus MacLeod? Probably from North Kilt Town.
Wait, are you saying that all Scottish people know all other Scottish people?
No, I'm just saying that if they're from North Kilt Town, they should know an Angus MacLeod. The one
Yes.
from North Kilt Town.
Yeah, how many Anguses are from North Kilt Town?
Oh, wait a second. There's no Angus MacLeod in North Kilt Town. Why, you're not from Scotland at all. By the way, that's all from The Simpsons.
Oh,
Well, yeah. I'm going to say, there are about twice as many people live in London as live in Scotland, don't you?
I know that now.
There's probably twice as many sheep that live in Scotland than Scots.
Yeah,
that's not
but
hard.
but the food's better in Scotland.
Ew.
Are the Scottish known for their food? Is haggis really that much of a delicacy?
Haggis is horrible.
I was
Correct.
gonna say when I think of Scotland and I think of food, that's literally the only thing that comes to mind.
So hold on a second.
Porridge.
This is an interesting thing. Danny Jones Hoax Police has said that Nathan Oakley made a fool of himself on his channel. When was Nathan Oakley on your channel?
When did Nathan Oakley make a fool of himself? Except for every
Yeah,
time he's online ever.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. When is he not making a fool out of himself? I mean, that's just a daily occurrence.
He has 3,500 videos on his channel making a fool of himself.
Exactly.
All right.
Hey, quick shout out to the side chat. Glover Mom, love you.
We all love Glover Mom.
Yeah.
Yes. I see Angel Gamer is there. How you doing, Angel Gamer?
Team crew.
All right, Danny Jones hoax, please send me the link to when Oakley was on your channel. I want to see that. So, I was on Jose's today briefly, and we did talk about Scottish sheep units.
Oh boy.
Because here's the deal. Victor Crute, if you know him, I keep trying to get him on to talk about his stolen valor with a guy that's actually in the military, and another guy that's actually knows a lot about the Boy Scouts in England. But he sent me something, and I said, well, here's some measurements, and he said, well, you can't use measurements, you can't use an instrument because in science, because it's man-made, and you can't use anything that's man-made in science.
Hold on. Hold on. In that case, was he like was he in J.M. Truth's like School of Science then? Because that's what J.M. Truth said.
Well, he's more QE. More QE is his Papa Flarf.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. When they hear the phrase, it's the study of the natural world, I guess they think of like, you know, trees and flowers and hippies and stuff. And it's like, no, it's not quite.
Yeah. So he actually then claimed that you can't use a man-made instrument in science because it's not natural. And not even QE claims that. That's not even QE's claim. But Victor Crute went that far, and I'm like, oh, so you can't even measure distance because inches and meters are man-made. The only allowed measurement would be naturally occurring ones like sheep. He could use sheep units.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So-
also, wouldn't anything made on this planet technically be natural because it's from the Earth anyway?
Oh, no.
No, that's
According to-
no.
I mean, we could use the smoot.
Sensible.
Yeah.
Smoot.
You could use a smoot. A smoot.
Well, I was gonna say actually, which I mean, it's funny because you could use sheep, like you were saying, but the problem is every time I use sheep as a measurement, I end up falling asleep.
We don't want to
and I
hear
can't
that.
get it done.
No. Oh, okay. Moscow.
That's a good question, Toon. How many sheep units is the sun away from us?
But that's the problem. Whenever I try and count, I fall asleep. I go 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, and then.
Well, the
So-
question
so
is,
what's-
which sheep? Aren't they all?
Yeah,
they're all
I'm going to say,
different
what's
sizes.
And
What's
thus the problem with the Scottish sheep units. There is
Yeah,
a large amount of disagreement on which breed of sheep to use.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there any, at least there is a well-defined
And does it have
size
to be
for the smoot.
does it have to be an adult sheep?
Yes, if you look at mctoon.net/sheep, it does give the Scottish sheep units, the definitions. A 1 sheep length is the snout to rump length of a 2-year-old ewe.
Yes. Well,
But-
wait, hold on. Are we talking about metric sheep or imperial sheep here?
These are sheep. They're neither.
Imperial sheep, because they're from Scotland.
Oh, the freedom sheep.
And is it a shaved sheep or a sheep with its wool?
See, that is the challenge with using sheep units.
But see, that also raises the question: is a sheep without wool really a sheep?
The naked sheep.
but
And are
I mean,
male
I
sheep
thought-
bigger than female sheep?
You know,
I-
it's questions like these that keep me up at night.
I thought the flat earther animal of choice for measurement sizes was ducks.
ducks.
Duck sizes?
I think those are used for electrical, Alan.
But there's like little wood ducks that are like really tiny, and then like really big ducks that are almost the size of swans. Though, so
Yeah, I
that's
would
what
say
we-
it was. I was going to say that the flat earther measurement would be a swan. You sure
Black
talk
and
about them often enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm doing a shot because I have good news. The divorce was final as of yesterday.
Oh. All right.
Hooray.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have some beer to that. I mean, water.
There's water. in
Never,
there.
ever even consider marrying a model.
Like a model what? Like a model train,
A Model
Model
T.
Fashion.
Model
Fashion,
A.
No, a human being, female model.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That thought never occurred to me. So,
All right. Well, but you know now.
How about this? If a human model is ever into me, then I'll take that into consideration.
well, my wife is a model woman. Does that count?
Absolutely.
Well, no, I mean, she has to be like a professional. They get paid to do it because of their face type model.
Okay.
Like
Well,
Cindy Crawford.
Yeah,
You know, type,
but
yeah.
Nathan Oakley would say we don't live on a model, so it's just a reification fallacy.
Well, I never lived on a model. I mean, she
Good one.
lived on me at times, but
Oh,
she lived off me for 3 years. That's for sure.
different, yeah. So all right, like we got Alyssum says need a new tomato chip. Tune needs to suffer.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing. As far as I'm not exactly sure what the rules are now, but I got my first shot on the 19th of July, so I can get my second shot now. Only problem is where I live, it's not always readily available, so I'm just waiting for it to become available again. I'm hoping by the weekend. So once I get that, and then sorry.
And then 6 months later, you're supposed to die, according to these people.
Oh, you
I
get
was gonna die 6 months later regardless. Yes. I've always wanted
and magnetic.
I think I'm technically dead at this point because I think mine was like around March or May.
See, that's how you know it's the best conspiracy theory ever, because you've been dead this whole time and you haven't suspected a thing.
yeah.
No,
Oh, man.
no. And I'm now divorced, and as of September 1st, she's got to pay a dead person because she's.
Wow.
It's
Now,
the Sixth Sense.
so you know, I'm a plastic magnet.
You're a plastic magnet.
Look at that, it's sticking to me. So
I must say, I think today I heard the dumbest thing I've ever heard. A doctor in Philadelphia at one of the major medical centers said that patients were actually refusing blood transfusions if the blood comes from a vaccinated person.
wow, that's
That's about as dumb as it comes.
how do you know?
How do you
don't
know?
Well, they just assumed that most of the you can't know really, but to think that I don't want to have those microchips in my blood
Yeah,
from a vaccinated person is just
the
when you
it's the
need the blood
microchips.
transfusion to survive is like, oh my god.
What about the giant one in your phone?
That's what I was gonna say. I love the microchip argument. It's like, okay, they're tracking where you are. They already are, unless you don't have one of these things, and well, we kind of all do.
Yep.
It's even more than that. People share their location and their information voluntarily. You don't even need to do it surreptitiously.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say actually, so before that, I was gonna say the reason I brought the whole vaccination thing up was because if that's the case and that we can travel freely again without needing quarantine and all that, depending how things go, I might be able to drive down there because for those of you who don't know, I live about a 6-7 hour drive away from MC Tune. And actually, right when COVID that thing first blew up back in March of last year, we were supposed to go see Dragon Force, everyone knows them. And then
Nice.
I went there because the concert was Friday. So I drove to Minneapolis on Thursday, and I was gonna go see the concert and stay there for the weekend and see the sights and sounds. And then, of course, when I got there on Thursday, that was the same week that everything kind of blew up with this whole thing. And then was it Thursday or Friday when Trump said that he was closing the borders with Europe and all that? So because Dragon Force is a European band, they had to fly back, and they literally they canceled / postponed the concert the morning of the concert. Or the day of the concert. So I was talking to MC2 and I was like, well, maybe I should drive back to Canada while I'm still allowed back. So I drove back that day. And so unfortunately that didn't happen, but there is a concert going on in September. And if I'm double vaxxed again, I'm still not exactly sure what the travel restrictions will be after that. But if all goes well, who knows? And also I'll bring in more ketchup chips.
Well, now we know who to
I still
blame for the
can't
whole
bel-
thing. It's Punchy's fault.
I still can't believe that MC Tune's a metalhead. He just doesn't fit the part.
What?
What are you talking about?
I mean, well, okay, all right. Look, so I have a friend I used to work with. His name is Dave, and he looks like ZZ Top.
Dave's not here, man.
And also,
Huh?
ZZ Top's really more
No,
rock, not metal.
The,
Yeah.
the hilarious thing is he is a death metal singer, and the way he looks, everybody thinks that he's into drugs and alcohol and everything like that. But he's the cleanest person I've ever known. He's never drank. He's never had drugs. And then you have MC Tune that claims all this metal banging, head banging stuff that looks like he should be Mr. Rogers' brother.
Yeah,
So-
clean cut, all American, Midwestern boy.
So maybe we
Dude.
can use this as a learning experience. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, I don't think Tune's into death metal, which is very different.
I love
Yeah,
death
he
metal.
is. Oh, no.
Wait,
Oh, you
hold
do?
on a
Okay.
second.
He
Oh,
is.
yeah.
He absolutely is. Yep.
Okay.
I thought Tune was in the rap.
Oh, no way. And rap's terrible. Who likes rap? Ugh.
The worst rapper in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. If he liked it, he wouldn't be the worst because he would have practiced.
I mean, there's
Well, if
only.
you're the worst rapper in the world, that means your music must be good. If rap is all bad,
Yeah. Well, there's only one music worse than rap, and that's country. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
I'll agree
They're
agree
both-
with you there too.
They're both equally bad, but in their own rights. Like, in all fairness, there are some rap songs I don't mind. There are some country songs I don't mind. But as a whole, I would just say it's just
There's
I
outliers.
could do any type of music with the one exception, and that's country.
I would go EDM. Can't do EDM.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
it.
no, there's some really good EDM.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's all just
yeah.
noise.
No, it's
Well, I'm
not
the
great.
outlier here.
I'd say something else, but I'm on Tune's channel.
Oh my gosh.
No, I was gonna say, so funny story. Speaking of of judging a book by its cover. So actually, when I went to go to see MC Tune last year, I was by myself, and so I had to cross the Canadian-American border. And I guess because I have long hair, I have the wallet chains, the heavy metal shirts on, all that. Well, what did they do? Oh, they pulled me in. They searched my car for drugs and all that, and and then when they were done, they just threw everything back in all sloppily. I'm just sitting there in the waiting room going like,
Hey, I believe me, I know. I used to work for TSA.
He hated all of it except the full body cavity search. That was
oh yeah.
He
When
was
they
okay
put
with
those
it.
gloves on, I was just really excited. I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
finally.
Oh,
I
damn.
like the trip.
The funny thing is I didn't work on the line. I worked in the basement. We did the checked baggage searches, and when we found porn, it's so hilarious because the businessmen would always hide the porn in the lining of their suitcase. I guess hiding it from their wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And the shiny pages would give the x-ray machine a false positive. So you'd have to open the bag and you'd have to scan the bag. So when we were always done, we had the little TSA note. When they were done, we would leave the porn on the top of all the clothes, open it up and put the TSA note inside the porn and close the bag back up.
Oh, that's awesome. It's been incredibly cruel, but also since it kind of wasted your time anyway, it's awesome.
Exactly.
That's
I mean,
funny.
you have to.
But I was gonna say it's funny though because when I was there, now I didn't check my car before I left because again I have nothing to hide. But a lot of times I might have like a bag of empties or something. So I'm not sure how it is where you guys live, but here an empty beer can or bottle is worth 10 cents. So we collect our empties to return for a bit of a credit. But I forgot that I had a bag of empties in my trunk. So when they pulled me over, they're like, "Do you have any drugs, alcohol?" I'm like, "No." And I'm just watching them go through my car. I'm thinking, oh, and the thing is too, because also I brought my own blanket and stuff, so it just looked really suspicious. So I understand their reasoning, but then they open the trunk and pull the bag of empties out, and I'm like, oh shit, well that
So you
did
had
I don't know.
So you had a bag of recyclables in your trunk and a blanket up front.
No, but it's just a bag of empty beer cans, right? So I'm thinking, oh crap, are they gonna try and ding me for something? I was like, I don't know. I was just nervous. I've only crossed the land border That was my second time actually.
No,
And,
the only chance of getting busted with that is if you have an empty can up front with you in the car.
Yeah, and that's what I assumed, but I just wasn't sure, right? So I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, because
Well,
but
let's get back to porn. I've got a pretty.
I don't know. Let's
You'll
not.
like this story, MC
Let's-
Toon. You'll like this story. This is pretty funny.
Okay.
So my kids are like 6 or
Better
7
be
years
good.
old. Yeah, 6 or 7 years old. And we were on a trip that we were at a hotel in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And my kids are crawling around the floor and they had this dresser there. And
Oh, no.
my 6-year-old, he reaches under the dresser. He pulls out a porn tape and he says, "Daddy, what is this? What are these women doing?" We said,
At
"Put
least
back
it
up-
was
put back
at
under the dresser,
least it
will
was
you?
women
Your
and not
kids
gay
saw
porn.
it."
All right, that's enough of that.
That's it.
Yes.
We got
So anyway,
you gotta
Brian
read his
Peck
super
just
chat.
joined, but I need. Yeah, I got these. Hold on. Rodent No Last Name just had a fantastic super chat. Says, "I'm clarifying 4 batches of butter in the kitchen. I'd clarify more, but I'm worried about the dangers of 5G."
see,
Spelled Ghee. For those of you that don't know, that would be clarified butter that they use in the continent of India, which is not a continent.
okay, that's what I was just gonna ask because I saw the super chat when he posted it, but I didn't know what the GEE or the GHE part meant. So
Yes.
thank you for the clarification. I'm Canadian and they think I'm slow, so just remember that.
And Indian
Wow,
food
I-
hasn't reached Canada yet, so
That's Diet USA.
What are you talking about? I mean, that's practically half of the outlying areas of Toronto currently.
is Indian food.
Oh God, you wouldn't even believe it.
Oh God, that reminds me of all the spices the Indian people bring back in their suitcases.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
it
was going to
reeks.
say India is totally a continent.
Isn't
No,
it like a
it's part of
subcontinent?
It's a subcontinent.
It's part of Asia.
It's on its own tectonic plate.
Yeah,
It's not
but
a
that,
very
that
big
in itself
tectonic
doesn't make a continent.
So
It can. It really depends on how you define it.
all right, let me tell you this. All right, India is actually part of Asia. You don't get to actually dispute that for reals. My neighbor, who lives right over there, they're
Hey,
from
hold on, your neighbor lives by you? Crazy.
yeah, right. They're Punjabi, so they're from the Punjab, and the dad, his English is pretty bad, but he likes to talk to me all the time. The son and the kids that they speak better. They're adults, but so the dad's so one of the sisters is getting married, and she's engaged, and I'm over there talking, and they're from India, they're Indian, which means they're from Asia, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, her fiance is coming over, in his kind of rough to understanding English, and I'm like, oh, well, cool. Where's he from? He goes, oh, he's Asian. I'm thinking,
So are you.
so are you. What does that mean? Well, he's
Asian's a big area.
the guy is Vietnamese. So apparently, in the mind of this particular Indian, Asian means Vietnamese, but not from India somehow. So,
And the question is, did she pick her husband, or was it set up?
oh no, it's not set up. So I
And
love
to me
them.
that-
So and they bring food.
And see, for me, I love spicy food, so I do love, like, Mexican stuff, Indian stuff. Now, in all fairness, I probably haven't for the most part had like authentic stuff. I probably had like the Americanized version, but I know that I had a bit for sure, because back when my cousin got married back in 2017, she married a guy I'm not sure where in India or around India, but all I remember for sure is that wherever he lived, they speak Tamil. So if someone knows where that more specifically would be, that's the area. But anyway, so when they got
Tamil's
married,
more prevalent in the south of India, over towards Sri Lanka. As
Okay,
Yeah, I was
so-
going to say Sri Lanka and South India.
okay, so probably around there then. But yeah, so they anywho, when they got married, they had 2 weddings. They had one in Canada and then one back, for whatever part he's from specifically. And so of course for the food, they had like the kind of more Americanized Canadian stuff, just regular stuff. But then they also had a bunch of Indian stuff, and it was really, really good because I like spicy stuff. And I'm just thinking, yeah, I wish we had, in all fairness, we might have stuff like this here. I'm not a big foodie, so I don't really go around and check a lot of places out, but it was really good.
You
Well,
want
I've,
spicy, go Vietnamese.
Yeah. I enjoy Indian food, but after spending 2 weeks there 3 years ago, I haven't had it since. I got so tired of it over there.
You probably
Indian.
you probably still smell curry in your skin.
Oh my God. Well, the best part about our trip to India is that's where I saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl
Nice.
in Mumbai on my laptop.
So Punchy,
Wait,
in
who
a
cares
number of
about the
hours, how close are you to the surrounding areas of the GTA?
Pardon me?
In a number of hours, how close are you to Toronto?
Toronto, I couldn't, in terms of driving, I've only ever driven that way once. Usually I fly, so for driving, if I had to guess, maybe between 15 20 hours.
I mean, we could
Okay, I
just
thought
go
you
to
were-
Google Maps, right?
Sorry,
And,
I thought you were over in. I thought you were still over in Ontario. So I was about to say.
No.
I don't know any.
No.
I don't know good Indian places for you. Over.
You know, Winnipeg, right? You're in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
I'm in
right?
Manitoba, so I'm on province over. But again, because Toronto's it's the far side of Ontario, I just couldn't really give you an actual a more specific time
I'll help.
because I'm
I'll help.
all right. You do it.
Okay.
I'm on my phone here, so leave me alone. I can only do one
Okay.
thing at a time.
Oh, it's fine. For some reason, I thought you were an Ontarian. I don't know why I thought that.
But don't I
How about you-
sound
how about-
Manitoban?
How about you, instead of driving, you
All right.
travel?
So, well, if you travel by foot, it's 397 hours.
That sounds about right.
But if you travel by car, it is 21 hours 6 minutes. Going through Minneapolis and then Chicago, Detroit.
So wait, what's well, that's a very strange way of doing
That's
it
the-
because here
That's the way it sends you.
because well, I guess maybe because of where you're typing it in from, right?
Is everybody here Canadian but me?
Well, I'm not Canadian at all.
Not Canadian here.
No,
here
I
either.
think I'm the only Canadian here.
I was going to say, I think we only have one Canadian,
Yeah, it's just me.
and then an honorary Canadian.
Yes. Well,
Well, if
in
it
all
takes
fairness,
that long-
MC Toon is Canadian because he lives in Minneapolis, which
That's-
is, as we
Canada-
know,
Canada-
Canada Junior.
Oh my gosh.
Canada South.
It's little
Canada
Canada.
Light.
little,
There's-
there's little Canada.
Oh, there's actually a town called Little Canada.
I just want to point out that Gary popped into the chat. So who knows?
Oh.
He might show up.
I sent him a link, so I'm
Oh.
sure
Come
he'll
on in,
be.
Gary. The
he'll be-
Yeah,
water's
because
fine.
Gary always accepts links. He doesn't just talk crap in the side chat and not come in and defend his arguments. Never.
Gary, I won't ask you any math problems. I promise.
Nothing
Well,
above 2 plus 2.
It burns his.
Right.
All
Hold on,
right.
Gary.
Punchy, Glober Mom says cut your hair.
No.
What?
I
Look
didn't-
at
I
look
didn't
at
say
those.
it either.
Look at those glorious locks.
Thank you.
Yes, there you go.
Well, my older son had hair just like you, Punchy, and my wife and I kept begging him, cut your hair, cut your hair. He said, "I'll never cut my hair," until his girlfriend says, you need to cut your hair. And guess what?
Next day.
Yeah.
And as soon as they break up, he'll grow it back out.
Well, I sent her 100.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
yeah. Yeah.
So Cretan Bull says is asking for two Canadian dollars. Says, what's the metric conversion for sheep units? And it's listed on the page at mc2.net/sheep. But for example, 1 kilo sheep length is 0.82 miles, or the metric 1.32 kilometers. So there you go.
Is there a subject tune that you do not have on mctune.net/? Is there anything you don't have
No.
on there?
Yes, there's rap and country, as we discussed earlier.
Yes, neither of them.
If you
You need pages that just direct to a 404 error.
Yep.
if you dig deep enough, you'll find out that MC Tune is a Yanni fan.
No,
all
you
right.
will not find that. Not at all. Flock of Seagulls. You'll get Flock of Seagulls first. And I'm thinking I could get this to keep going right down to here. right? This little, right? So
I was gonna say, did you have the flock of seagulls haircut at one point?
I
Oh
never,
my God.
I never did. It was the mullet. Business,
Did you think about it though?
business in front, party in the back. That was it. I never did go. All
All right,
flock-
Punchy. I see you got alcohol. Hey, you're drinking before me.
Oh, this isn't alcohol. It's just beer.
Yeah, that's the most Canadian beer of all. That
it
is the
doesn't
good old
count.
Labatt Blue.
Somehow it doesn't count. It does count.
Maybe it's
actually.
non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah. No, and yes, I'm aware. It's Labatt Blue because
You're
Canada.
in Canada. Yeah, sure.
I don't even know what that means.
The only thing more Canadian than Labatt Blue has to be whatever the French fries with cheese curd on it's called. All of a sudden, I've lost my brain.
Oh, Poutine.
Yep.
Poutine. Uh-oh.
Hey, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I uploaded a video of my car accident 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
So what with that?
I'm sorry?
So what happened with that?
were there any survivors?
No.
Okay.
But no, I mean, it was a typical Nissan driver. He made a right turn from the left lane right into my Corvette.
Was it a new Corvette?
Mm-mm.
Was
I don't
it a
like the new
little
one.
red Corvette
The 08 convertible.
in honor of Toon?
What's that?
I said, was it a little red Corvette?
Oh, because
You know,
of
French-
No,
because of
it's
Prince.
always-
Ha 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 ha!
I
Even
am-
I got that.
I am not a Prince fan.
It's a little yellow Corvette.
Okay.
I thought you had to be to live in Minneapolis.
I don't. People say that, but I don't. Like, I talk to people, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't really like Prince." People,
You know, come.
You don't like Prince. You don't know who the hell the Vikings even are.
well, they're the
He's not
people
a
from
sports fan.
Norway.
I
They're
don't think
the
he cares.
people from
Denmark.
Norway and Denmark. Yeah, that invaded and
Yeah,
Yeah, they invaded, and then eventually a bunch of metal bands made songs in tribute to them.
yeah, like the British
No,
metal, like the British metal band, Man of War.
And here's
Oh,
something
they're good.
But they're not
something
British.
I did find out about the real Vikings. You know, Orange Cats. They are from the Vikings.
Orange Cats. Is
Yeah,
that
Vikings-
is that Baldy's
Vikings-
brother?
Vikings who carried around orange cats.
Yeah, little tabbies.
Okay.
Yep, orange tabbies. So any orange tabby is actually a Nordic cat.
Were they all
It
named?
doesn't seem very
Garfield?
intimidating, though.
I guess it depends on the orange cat.
Well,
Wait.
they ate the rats.
If
Yeah,
you-
my cat. I have a tabby. We have a tabby, and he's a vicious predator. I can tell you that.
Did they
All of
hate? Did they hate Mondays? And did they love lasagna?
lasagna. Yep. I like this. Paul says Vikings use orange
that's
cats because they had no toilet paper.
That's
Oh.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if you have a brown cat, how do you know when you're done?
Well, here's
Orange-
here's a
Look,
better
look.
idea. Just wear brown pants.
Well, the Vikings quarterback is in the chat named the Hornet. I don't think that's you.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Now, what's his name? Oh God, I forget his name.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins. Hornet, you are not Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Hey, guess what's something funny? If it
You
looks
are,
kind
you
of,
suck.
you know, something kind of funny. And when I say funny, I mean like not so much in like a ha ha this is happening way, but funny in like a
Ironic and funny.
strange way. If it looks like it's cloudy behind me, it's actually not. It's just from the haze. I mean, there might be a couple of clouds mixed in
Is
like a
it-
little bit,
Is
but
it
it's
from the
mainly
fires?
just haze from the fires in Ontario. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, hell, it's dark here.
Hmm?
It's dark here,
Well, where's here?
DC.
Well,
Dark
yeah,
here too.
Wait,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
very
DC,
dark
you
here.
really must hate. You really must hate Kirk
wait,
Cousins.
how's it dark in BC? You're like 2 hours behind
Well,
me.
I really hate
He said
the
DC.
Redskins. I
Not
always have.
BC.
DC. Yeah,
Oh,
DC, not
DC. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Right,
Washington DC.
I forgot. I'm only Canadian here. I always just assume Canadian stuff when I hear
Yes,
stuff about
of course.
stuff.
So
No, the eastern swamp.
I-
Should
Well,
I-
it's dark here too. I'm in Philly.
so I sent a link to Victor Crute just now to see if he wants to clarify whether or not sheep units are valid for science.
Yeah.
I think we can vote on it right now. To be honest with you, just ask the chat.
Yeah.
Number one, sheep units are valid. Number two, they're not.
Wait, so
Well,
Well, I could do a poll. I can do a poll.
Any measurement that uses anything that's not a biblical measurement is not science, or what was the exact claim?
You can't use it for science if it's not natural.
Yeah,
there you
basically, if it's not something that you find in nature, as in something that was not man-made, it can't be used. Like, if you're going to use a stick to measure something, it has to be like a twig that fell from a tree. It can't be something that we cut to a certain length and then decided and agreed upon as a species that this is going to represent something.
All right, but like if you take for example a French bulldog, they're man-made. They can't even breed with each other. Is that a natural object or not?
In their minds, probably
No.
yeah, but for a
I'll
different
bet
reason
you-
than us.
I will bet you if you ask this guy though if we can use a cubit, he will say yes.
I
And
don't
because
think
what
he's much of a religifler. I'm not sure.
Well, because what this reminds me the most of is back, it must have, I want to say around a year, maybe a year and a half ago tops. It's when JM Truth was debating, I want to say FTFE, and they were talking about the Cavendish experiment, and JM Truth is saying that it didn't qualify as a real experiment because it wasn't natural, because it used a torsion balance.
Yeah, but somehow JM Truth is able to use
A laser.
a light in a measurement and a pickup
Not-
truck
yeah.
and the measurements of distance between them that geodetic surveyors handled.
Well, in all fairness, I've never once picked a torsion balance from a tree in my backyard, but I actually have this laser tree in my backyard, and sometimes I just go pick them when they're nice and ripe and they're just nice and red. Sometimes I get them early and they're green. It's amazing.
You have to watch out though, because if they're blue, then it's toxic to all life, according to
Yes,
the Gateshead gunman.
JM Truth can't even spell his own name.
Which is funny
That is
because
true.
most of it's just 2 letters. It's not even the.
Exactly.
I'm kind of wondering now, does he go by JM Truth not because it's just a common thing to do with like a first name with 2 letters or 2 words, or does he do it because it's easier for him to spell?
I would go with B.
I'm not gonna lie, I have difficulty spelling Michael sometimes, so
I think he has problems with the word truth. To be honest with you,
I think
think
it's
he
problems with most words, honestly.
he probably has it written all over his house so he can remember how to spell it.
Or just how about just say JM Truth, man? Just get a name tag. Hello, my name is JM Truth.
Well, it would have to be. You'd have to put it on upside down so you could read it.
No. I was gonna say it'd be backwards because if he put it on the right way, he'd look in a mirror and go, "My name is M, backwards J, it's
Well, that's
He's-
what Flat Out did. You remember
Did
Flat Out?
You see his latest video? I mean, he's just so pathetic.
Oh, does he have another one? I reviewed his intro to science a couple weeks ago.
Yes, that's awful.
I
mean-
thought JM left. I thought he said he wasn't going to do flat Earth
he's
videos
back.
anymore.
They all say that.
Yeah.
That's fair. But
He needs the money.
2 years ago, Daniel Pratt said he was leaving Flat Earth and he was going to focus on making candles with his kids on YouTube. And I had a bet with Simon Dan that it would not last 2 weeks.
No, because he'd burn his house down.
Wait, hold on a second. Daniel Pratt has kids?
Oh.
yes,
Yeah, that's
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it just proves his wife has got other options.
I like that. That's
Check
good.
mailman.
listen. We all tolerate something about the other person. You know,
Oh.
I don't
we
know
can
what-
clearly see with CC that tolerating flat Earth is a thing.
Oh my God!
Well,
Is his
all
wife,
that-
I think his wife left him. I haven't seen her in forever.
No, he just does all of his videos from the car now because he got kicked out of the kitchen.
No, he just
Oh.
recently did one in the kitchen.
Did he?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because in all
He did-
fairness, I don't really follow any of them. Everything I know about the flat earthers is just from what I've seen from the debunking channels. So.
I mean, me too. But I saw it on somebody's channel. I don't know who it was. I mean, I won't give them a subscription. I just refuse.
Yeah. Well, I think Mrs. CC's enamored of that hair.
Westchester County.
CC's hair,
So, all right, JM Truth has a video that's him and negative exponents running together on the beach.
Oh no!
I just think of like a Rocky IV thing. He's just thinking of Apollo Creed before he died.
Gosh, all right, I'm gonna show that. This is
Oh
ridiculous.
God, you have to show it, John.
All right.
Is it negative exponent, the guy that set him up with the
Yeah.
SpaceX launch?
And I think he felt bad. So, all right, where'd it go?
By the way, I got my vaccination from Elon Musk himself. Just so you know.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So you're extra safe.
I don't know if I would trust him with the needle.
Yeah, I think he was stoned.
By the way, whenever you're ready, I put a picture in our side chat here of another individual who likes to run around wearing lab coats other than JM.
Oh, you mean
Whitsitt.
Austin Whitsitt, who got arrested.
Oh yes. Any news on Dino Man?
Dino
Dino
Man.
Man.
Is that Kent Hovind?
Yeah,
Ken Hovind. Yeah, is he still in jail? Is he out?
No, I think he's out.
Well, unless he got arrested again, he's been out for a long time from the last time.
No, he got arrested. He got
Again?
his girlfriend brought charges against him for
Yeah.
battery.
Domestic abuse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just recently got arrested again. I was
Wow.
wondering if he-
Yeah,
How very Christian of him.
about a week
Yeah,
ago.
So the audio is available if any. I don't know where it is, but you could go find it. All right, I have the video ready to go.
Go.
So I'm not going to share it to you guys. You'll have to watch it on the stream. Suck it up.
That's why I have two iPads.
There you go. So
That puts you a step above Whitsitt.
Oh,
All right.
Florida's really ruined now.
all right,
Oh God.
I'm going to turn off the
Oh,
audio because I don't want the. There's negative
What the hell
exponents.
was that?
That was the Rocky theme song.
Dun, 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 dun,
There you
go.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let's see. Let's try this out
A
here.
2-minute and 50-second video. He has to say that he was doing the editing. Wow. How come they're not holding hands yet?
They should have started at opposite ends of the beach and ran towards each other.
And then hug.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
Hey.
Oscar worthy?
Hey, who's holding the camera on the other end? That's CGI.
Is it Oscar worthy, Tune?
It is, yes. I think
Well, he figured
Oh
out
my
the
gosh.
saturation.
they're hugging. Oh,
Oh my
Oh.
God. Are they
Why?
gonna do it?
why?
Why are they wet?
Why?
Okay.
Do they stop at hugging?
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
the
wading in
hugging-
the water.
The hugging
Oh,
stopped.
that is so
What happened to you, negative exponents?
non-heterosexual.
Gosh.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Splashing each other with water? Yeah, if you're 4.
It's gonna ruin James' dreads.
But they're going to get clean.
Look, I see a whale.
Oh,
I see a whale and a midget.
Oh, it's Punchy. Look at that. Punchy's there.
Hey, look, Punchy.
Oh, that's awesome that Punchy was there. Let's see. We're going to get side view of Punchy with his hair.
oh.
God.
Oh, Punchy's gone.
Bunchy, do you have glasses?
Wait a second. That's not a vegan beer.
All right, right there's Punchy. See that? That's Punchy.
It's
Right?
Punchy.
All right.
Yep, that's him. Oh my goodness. Directed? Really?
Yeah, the last 30 seconds is the credits.
Directed.
Directed by J.M. Truth, or is that a Scorsese short.
Did you?
I think it's all CGI.
Oh, look at that! He misspelled "gonna fly now." I think.
Yes, of course he did. I'm surprised he got
Oh my
fly
God.
right.
Oh my gosh! There's two N's in "gonna."
Unbelievable.
I mean, you could just look up the song title.
Oh my
Well,
gosh!
and there should be quotes around Rocky as well. That's the title of the movie.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think you
Well,
would put
that's Flat
quotes
Earth
around the
research
movie
for you.
though in credits.
Now this is an interesting garbage map because the sizes of the continents are correct, which means that the positioning of them is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything he does is wrong.
Of course.
Well, you have to make some mistake. I mean,
He makes more than others.
Oh. Flat
well,
Earth is one big
I meant
mistake.
with the flat Earth map. Like
Oh.
there has to be some mistake in it.
Well, but there
Nothing
always
is-
is anyway.
Nothing
I mean,
is right.
I mean, just saying flat Earth map is wrong. Come on. I mean, no one really believes the Earth is flat.
Well,
I would
apparently a
hope
lot
not.
of people do.
Some do. It's oh my
Yeah.
God. All right. So hold on. The Alethea project has a super chat for £4.49, but no message. So I don't know if that was
Elysium?
sometimes
Wasn't that Mark Wahlberg? Was it Elysium?
Alethea?
Elysium.
Yeah, it's a different word.
Oh, okay.
Alethea is a name. I know somebody named Alethea. Maybe that. I don't know if that. Sometimes YouTube deletes comments, super chats, even after they're done. So tag me if you meant to say something. But thank you either way. And then UKPI says Brokeback Mountain 2. You know,
Brokeback Beach.
Yeah, go. You do your thing there, you two. Cute. So,
How many more Top Guns does Tom Cruise have? Any?
I don't know. There's talk of another, right?
Well, they're
Well,
filming.
how many
it.
how many have there been so far?
I don't know. The second one's coming out supposedly in November, and he's getting up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to do at least another 3 or 4 Mission Impossibles. So
But you want to see something scary? Google Kelly McGillis right now.
Oh,
No, don't. Just
yeah,
don't.
that's why she's not in the movie.
That didn't age well.
no.
Tom Cruise is 59.
I feel young.
Yeah,
I thought he just turned 50. He's 59.
59. Yeah, born in 1962.
Wow,
years
he's
older
almost
than
as
me.
old as me.
And his last name is not Cruise. It's Mapother, Mapother.
You think he'd be taller at 59?
Yeah, he's what is he like? 4'3"?
He's yeah,
I think he's like 5'2", something like that.
5'2", 5'3", something like that.
Yeah.
He's a pretty small guy.
Hey, Harrison
5'7", according to the Wikipedia article.
Oh,
I was
is he
gonna say-
5'7"? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I'm not sure how tall he is. I guess he's 5'7", as you just said, obviously. But I know, like Sylvester Stallone, isn't he like 5'7" or something around there too?
Yeah, he's pretty short too.
Yeah, I
like,
was
like stocky, just short.
I think he'd still kill that Tom Cruise if he punched him.
Probably.
I
It
think
would be hard not to. Really,
I think Tom Cruise is 5'7" in platform.
How old is Arnold?
Heels or something.
How old is Arnold? He still looks cut.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, he's in his 70s.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the very least, because they're all getting up there now. Like,
Yeah, he was in that
Hey.
awful last Terminator movie, and oh my God, that was like geriatric Terminator.
yeah, but he was also in the good ones too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
Linda Hamilton should have skipped that. That she looks ridiculous.
She looks
Well-
ridiculous.
Yeah, I got an 80-year-old woman with all
Oh.
these wrinkles carrying around a machete and
Yeah.
a machine gun.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to talk about bad Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, there's this one he had, and I think it was right around when he first moved to America, and it's called Hercules in New York. And keep in mind, this is like back in
Yes.
the 70s when he was like in his prime, so he was huge, but his English was still he was still kind of getting a bit more. And also the movie itself, the production was god awful, and it's the best piece of crap you'll ever see in your life.
The best piece of crap.
I've never even heard of it.
It's one of those movies that he probably doesn't want to promote, but if you look at his filmography, it's on there. And my roommate, he actually has, or at the time, not the newer ones obviously, but up until whatever time he downloaded that, it was his filmography. And man, a lot of them are junk. I mean,
The
he
best
has this.
movie- The
Sorry,
best movie that Bruce Willis ever did was Fifth Element.
That's a
I
good
don't
movie.
know.
Hey,
No,
what
Hudson
the-
Hawk.
wait,
Hudson
he had the
Hawk.
fifth. He had the fifth
Yeah.
element and the sixth sense. Did he have like a fourth, third, and second, and maybe seventh as well?
Oh, it's too bad he wasn't in the seventh sign.
That would have been awesome.
Well, check out Hudson Hawk. That's
And
probably-
8
Oh.
Mile.
All right, hold on. The Lael has a good point. The worst Arnold ever is Batman Forever.
No,
Yeah.
that's the best. It was so
That's-
cheesy and corny and awesome. Time to chill.
No.
I agree with Punchy. That's the way this movie should be.
Yes, because
Yeah.
from the 90s, well, here's the thing. When it comes to movies, you expect a certain thing from a certain era, right? Like with the 80s, like you expect us. I mean, obviously depending on the movie, but you expect like a certain feel to it. The 80s had their feel, the 90s had their feel, and in my opinion, was it Batman and Robin, or was it Batman Forever?
I don't know.
Batman Forever, then Batman and Robin.
It's
Because-
not a Tuma.
The one with
Kindergarten Cop is
Arnie was
great.
Batman and Robin, I believe.
Yeah, and that's one that had Seal for the sound, or for the main the single from it, which is really strange because in all fairness, I don't mind the song. Don't judge me.
They had music done by a seal?
No, by sea.
Actually, joking aside, if you want to see the funniest thing you'll ever see in your life, look
He
up
dated
"Kiss
Heidi
from a
Klum.
Rose" by Seals, like with an S at the end. It's someone took a bunch of clips of seals making seal noises, and they just found whenever they're making those noises at the right at the right pitch or the right note, and they did like a little, like, I don't know, 20 or 30-second version of "Kiss from a Rose," and it's the first time I saw it, I literally couldn't breathe because I was laughing so hard.
Didn't he come like really close to marrying Heidi Klum?
Yes. I think he did.
Yeah, it was a model of some sort, so
Yeah,
very
Heidi
possibly
Klum.
could have been her.
Yeah, she's a Victoria's Secret model,
Yeah.
and she did all the what do you call it? What's that show that she was on with the modeling? Crap.
Was
Something about Runway or Project Runway.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So I remember. Sorry.
Yeah, she's tall and really good looking.
Now, I did get Arnold to come in. I sent him a link, and he's in.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
We knew that was coming.
Yep.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
I'm hungry.
The best
I'll be
manga movie ever. No one has ever even seen.
Or just,
Don't forget the classic California.
I want to ask you a bunch of
California.
questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Hey,
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
I saw the bridge that they blew up in the Keys.
The what? Oh, yeah.
9mm.
Yeah, the 7 Mile bridge that they blew up in the Keys. They blew up the old bridge for that movie. What was it? The True Lies.
True Lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Great
call
movie.
anybody.
An awesome movie. Jamie Lee Curtis still looked like a woman.
Yes. That was.
Who are you?
But
Not
I think
anymore.
MC Tune and I can say that for sure. The best Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation / parody was Austrian Death Machine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When Arnie first left Austria to train for
Mr. Universe.
Mr. Universe, yeah, he literally lived 2-minute walk from my high school.
Oh,
Wow.
now here, this is funny, Punchy.
He lived and trained in Romford in Essex.
Oh, all right. This is funny, Punchy. Listen up. Brian Peck says that I need to look up the band Austrian Death Machine. It's a metal band where every song is dedicated to Arnold. I've seen them twice live.
Well, I guess he doesn't need to look them up now, does he?
So to that
Right.
I say,
Get to the chopper!
Get to the chopper! Do it,
Little tortilla boy.
Come on, do it, tough guy. Kill me now.
Run!
Get to the chopper! My neurologist I saw yesterday treated James Brady after he was shot by Hinckley.
okay.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Lael?
Good. Did you see my actual name, though?
Hey, you're the king of the
Make sure-
flirts.
King of the Flurfs.
You are disgusting.
Wow, tough crowd.
Or should I switch it to King of the Trolls? Because I'm not a flurf.
It says King of the Flirts
Well-
for us.
Yeah.
In all fairness, Flurf, Troll, they're both synonymous with each other anyway.
I wouldn't be saying that, Punchy. I saw you in that video.
Which one? Wait,
Yeah,
which one?
With
The JM video.
Yeah, you were in that JM video, Punchy. How'd you get down to Florida?
I have my ways.
Were you just trolling us, or was that really you?
That was. I'm trolling. That was not
His
actually
lips are
Punchy.
sealed.
No, Punchy is pleading the fifth, apparently.
Oh,
I'm Canadian. I don't know what that means.
Clearly, it's
Canadian.
Jord.
He's pleading Canadian.
I don't think that was
Hmm?
really
I'm
Florida.
feeling
anyway,
Canadian.
'cause I've never heard of that beach that they were on. So I think that was like the Panhandle. That's like Alabama.
the Panhandle doesn't count.
No, it does not.
All right.
Isn't that swampland?
Nothing above Orlando counts as Florida.
What?
Well, how far south is Orlando in Florida?
It's
It's
about
like
mid.
mid state.
Yeah.
I was all the way at the bottom by the Keys, so
Isn't
I was
Miami
really in
north
South
of
Florida.
Orlando?
What?
Miami is north of Orlando, isn't it?
No.
No.
God, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Miami's way south. It's
Yeah.
above me in Homestead. The next major city was actual Miami proper,
Mm.
and above that, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, all that stuff, all the way up to Daytona. But Orlando is like mid-state.
Here's the thing. I am learning a lot about American geography right now. So
And it's also a lot hotter than Southern Florida too.
No.
Punchy lives
like-
in the Florida version, or the Canadian version of Florida.
no, I don't.
No.
Are you kidding?
No.
Manitoba's a desert right now.
Right
I
now
live-
or forever?
Yes.
Well, okay, so it's always been dry compared to the Maritimes and like Vancouver and stuff.
Say it
But
again.
It's been extremely dry this year because this year we've had rain probably maybe 5-6 times since spring, and it's been bad.
Yeah,
Punchy,
but it's Canada.
I can be you. And where I live, they average total rainfall of 5 inches per year.
Yeah, luckily we
Well-
haven't had that bad. But
In Aruba, the average rainfall is 4 inches per year.
Wait. Why do we care about the average rainfall of places? Who
Wait,
are
hold
we?
I don't know.
And
hold on,
He brought
we're
it up.
MC Tune. We're comparing inches right here. Oh yeah,
let me-
Well,
let me-
I got 3 inches.
It
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
matter.
4 sheep units.
It doesn't matter.
It's like
We have 10
1/32nd
inches here.
1/32nd of a
Sorry.
sheep unit.
So what's your point?
We have 10 inches here. I'm
I
sorry.
think
but
we get like 4 sheep inches a unit, or 4 sheep units a year. of
Well,
rain.
honestly, sheep units should be measured in two ways: length and height.
Yeah, well, there is a specific depth unit for sheeps. That is
Well,
And what
sheep
about
tum.
girth?
Sheep tum.
And you can't forget the yaw.
It's-
Well,
yes.
wait a
it's-
minute.
it's
What's the
not-
girth of a sheep unit?
The girth of a sheep unit?
Yeah,
You have it on there, MC2
fluff.
slash sheep.
Yeah,
Just-
slash sheep. Just look it up. It's all there.
The girth unit?
I was gonna say, I wonder if I can show you guys something. I'm not sure how well my camera would pick it up because it's on video and I can't zoom in. But right
You're
now is a
Canadian.
perfect way to show, like with the human eye or with like, an actual good camera not taking video. You can see the moon right now and it's clearly behind some haze, but there are also some clouds. So you can tell the difference between the haze and the clouds, and it's actually really cool. That's what I was kind of looking at.
Don't even.
But is it
punch-
cold?
Don't even. Is it clear? Is it see through?
But you got to remember,
well, the parts
Punchy
of the
lives
clouds
in
are-
Canada, so it
Are
doesn't.
the clouds behind the moon?
I sincerely hope not.
Punchy lives in Canada, so it doesn't count.
Can you put it back into the Grand Canyon, please?
Yes.
Wait, does the 5G come from the Grand Canyon too?
Everything comes.
Oh, he froze.
Yep.
He froze. Oh, he's almost unfroze.
June, you gonna do another measurement of the sun's distance this year?
I did 4 of them. I did on both equinoxes and both solstices. So
Yeah,
I-
but have you done one in sheep units?
I have not done them in sheep units.
Well, then you need to do one in sheep units.
He can because he doesn't know the whale tag time because we can't use human time to do that.
Yeah.
And then maybe do one in ferret units.
Ferret.
Yeah, but who
Yeah,
measures
that's-
a ferrets? That's
Oh.
just dumb.
The British.
Well, you have to go to MC2 slash ferrets for that one.
Don't have
Yeah.
that page up yet.
I was gonna say, fun fact with MC Tune slash ferrets, that's not actually a science or mathematical link. It's just how to breed ferrets. He's actually an
Hey,
avid ferret breeder.
It's just a
Yeah,
bunch of pictures of ferrets.
Yeah, we're back to Arnold again in Kindergarten Cup.
Okay, so
My kid has ferrets.
Ferrets don't make noises like that, by the way.
I rather don't talk about it, okay?
hey Tune.
Yeah.
Now I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Yeah,
Did you just orgasm or something?
That was quick.
go on.
He's like, ah.
Negative.
He's like MC Tune. Ah.
Say it again.
Ah,
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't know you had that effect on dudes.
So sorry about this.
Oh my god!
Shut up.
That's,
I was wrong. I'm sorry. It was all a mistake.
get
oh
the
my
chill
god!
out one, man. That's the best line he's ever had.
Which one?
Where's
Chill out.
John? Where's
Did
John?
you chill?
Chill out.
Where's
It's a
John
Batman
Snowflake?
forever.
Where's Jon Snow?
Yeah, he's usually here hanging out.
He's with Mallory, so
Yeah, they're-
don't bother him.
Yeah, give them some space, man. There's
She's only.
I don't know.
9.
Mallory clearly didn't want any of that, so
Yeah, she's
But-
only 9.
Rachy Rachy
acts nine.
5G zeros did some video tribute to Jon Snow.
oh wow.
Yeah, at least she shows her face though. At least you know she's an adult.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say, now that you brought up 5G, I see this show's about 5G.
No, this
Have
is
you
the
ever heard of-
this is the pre-show.
Oh, well, okay, the next part of the show is going to be about 5G, right?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that
Have
was
you ever
about.
heard of Teen?
I thought that was short for 5 girls.
No.
Oh,
All right.
well, there's 5 guys, but anyways,
And that's
anyways,
murder.
Tune.
Yeah, that name's
You're a
already
teen.
taken.
All right, let's hear Leia.
Have you heard of Ting? The phone company, TING?
No.
No.
Oh, they had a funny posting a while back where they say, we're so advanced, we're giving out 6G now. They had that like up 2.5 years ago.
Wow.
So maybe Mark Steele should get on the 6G stuff early.
Oh
You know, 1G that none of these people like Steele know anything about is the G spot.
Oh,
It's 20.
your McToon's head's going to explode. Be careful.
I was gonna say wrong channel.
Yep, wrong channel.
Punchy's back.
What happened, Punchy?
I think I had a 5G attack.
Yeah.
He's Canadian.
There are still people that claim that 5G causes that sickness that's going around. Like,
Of course there are.
like a year ago, I could see that, but India doesn't have any 5G.
Neither does Iran.
Yep.
That's because
Mexico.
India's had no success landing on the moon, so that's where the 5G
Yeah.
comes from. So
Gary Wybenga wants to be a mod.
Maybe if he comes into the voice chat and talks with us.
let's all laugh in unison.
You guys do know that the 5G from the moon is actually coming from the Transformers, right?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
They're hiding on the dark side.
I was gonna say, so
That is
I
terrible.
can't because
There's
on
one
my phone.
There's one on the street out in front of my house.
What's wrong with that?
I thought it was the gray aliens and the reptilians on the dark side of the moon. But what do I
Maybe.
know?
I mean, I thought the aliens were hiding in Hollow Mars.
No, it's the hollow moon.
Well, it's
Mars-
both. It's both.
Mars is like Inside Out.
No, Mars is filled with caramel. I mean, come on, let's be real.
I thought it
Well, I was
was
gonna say-
nougat.
Is Gary still in the side chat?
He is. Yeah.
So why doesn't he hop on? Come
I
on,
don't know.
Gary.
I sent him the link twice.
I don't know, Gary White Bingo. What do you think?
What do you think, Gary Wybanga?
I think you're going to have a better. I think you're going to have more luck getting Donald J. Trump on here than Gary Wybenga. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, Gary.
Or an Amish
Gary,
fellow.
I don't know, Gary is the son up your butt.
The $2 from the Spinach Inquisition says, "Ha, you didn't expect me to show up."
I
Nobody-
didn't. That's true.
Nobody
That's true.
expects the Spinach Inquisition.
No, he's covert. He's one of the Illuminati.
He's
Gonna
one
say
of
that
they.
wrong.
He's one of they or them or.
Yeah.
He's definitely paid by NASA. I mean, you could tell because he can spell Inquisition.
That's,
Yeah.
it's definitely not MC or MC. JM Truth. You know what? I just realized JM Truth and MC Tune.
Uh-oh.
Letter, word that starts with T. Ouch.
No. It's JM Goon. I mean, MC Goon. Sorry.
Goon.
If you add up,
Well-
all the numerical values for each of those letters, do you get 33?
I'm sure
well,
you do.
M and C apparently, if you pick the right flavor of gematria, are both threes, so that apparently means something.
I'm still of the position that JM Truth was actually trying to name this channel JM Tooth.
John Rapp says the moon is barely 1/6 G. Oh, that's. You see, it's. I'm not going to explain it. If you don't get it, the joke's not for you.
If you don't get it, you need some help.
So yes, Convince Me Conspiracies asked earlier, what was I forgot the question. Why is it she? The picture looks like a she, so I'll go with that for now unless I'm corrected. Why do I have Grandpa Simpson as my icon? And it's senile old Mark Steele. And then she apparently lives somewhere in the vicinity of Mark Steele. But Mark Steele has come up with my two favorite attempts at mocking my name. MC Boom, or Mick Boom, which How is that bad? I don't know. So
That sounds awesome.
So yeah. So in my
that sounds pretty good.
That
When
sounds
I
like your
s-
finishing move.
so when I send him emails about my newest videos, I always sign it MC Boom, and then he also has called me McFlurry, which if you live in the United States is what you get when you go to McDonald's. I'll have a McFlurry with Oreo, please.
Yeah.
Plus, you live in Minnesota.
It's what we get if you.
Flurries.
It's what you get. It's what we get if we go in McDonald's in this country too. You know?
Get a McFlurry there too?
Yeah.
Amazing. So he's calling me a tasty dessert treat from McDonald's.
Yes, he is.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Tune,
Yes.
I just put a link in the side chat for Zoom.
Okay.
They're testing for 6G already. I think you need to point that out to Mark Steele. They're weaponizing 6G.
Yeah, tell him he's so 2019.
Yeah, the reality is though that there isn't even a working group for 6G yet.
You know, I have been to Minnesota, MC Tune, and I had a really great burger at a diner there.
What was it called?
Oh, I don't know. It was near Mankato.
A diner near Mankato.
Yeah, it was just on the side of the road, like in the middle of snow.
Oh, like halfway between like Minneapolis area and Mankato area?
Yes.
Did you sit on a saddle at the bar?
I don't think so, but it may have been the place. They had really great burgers.
Yeah, I think I know that place.
And I ordered a burger, and the waitress was like, "Okay, where you from?" I'm like, Why do you ask? She's like, your accent. I'm like, I don't have an accent. You do.
Did she call you hun?
Yes.
That's not a Minnesota thing. That's a Southern thing.
No, it's a diner thing. They do it. It's a diner thing. They do it here too.
Yeah, I went up there to see a Vikings game. I saw the Vikings beat the Lions in the old Metrodome.
Oh yeah.
So Toby in the chat says we're all saying why Bango wrong.
White bingo.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me correct that. Dumbass.
There you go.
Apparently, it's a common name in Holland.
Hey, Gary, dumbass, join the chat.
Maybe that's why he doesn't respond, because we're mispronouncing his name.
That could
He
be.
thinks we're talking to somebody else.
So all right.
If he's in Holland, how could he? He needs to explain why the windmills all turn one way.
He's
I
not
don't
in
think
Holland.
Gary is. I just think that the name is from there.
No,
I'm sure the name itself is. I'm sure where it originated from has a different pronunciation, but Gary Bang is American, so.
I'm just curious what the etymology of punchy is. Where does that come from?
Well, you see, it originates back to the days of yore, back in 2016. And,
is that when you were a flat earther?
yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You say it as if it's past tense.
Hey. Flunchy is the present flurf.
There you go.
Sorry, Flunchy's. Yeah. Punchy's always been the regular old globe, your friendly neighborhood globe earther.
Globy.
Where do I come from?
I still love how these people are still quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson only on the things that fit them.
Yeah.
As well as NASA. You know, if you ask anybody at NASA what shape the Earth is, they're going to say round.
If you ask anyone besides a flat earther what the shape of the Earth is, it's round.
No. So some are going to say that we're on the inside, and some are going to say
the Earth itself is still round, whether we're on the inside or the outside. It's still round.
So wait, hold on a second. Somebody
controversy.
Wait, Punchy, why did you? Hold on a second, Punchy. Why did you time out Gary?
Oh, because I told him, I said, join the panel, and then he ignored me, and I said, if you don't ignore me, I'm going to time you out. And then he ignored me, so I timed him out.
It's the Vicky treatment.
Yeah. It's just, go sit in the corner for 5 minutes, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, he can talk if he joins the panel. That'll bypass his
exactly.
timeout.
I mean, he has the link, he has the invite. If he wants to put in his 2 cents, then he's more than welcome to.
Does he have that
Where's
much?
Mallory?
Yeah. Why, Binga, come in and prove why the Earth isn't in any belly button.
We're waiting.
Let's see. I have a
Waiting.
question for you. Can you provide evidence to me that the Earth is in a 4-dimensional dodecahedron and we live in the 3rd dimension of that?
Clearly,
no,
if it's a
Yeah.
four-dimensional
have you
object, it's a
seen-
4-dimensional donut.
Have you seen Interstellar? I think you're quite dead on right there.
Yeah,
Well-
because the surface of a four-sided, the 3rd dimension of a 4-sided dodecahedron, or 4th dimensional, would be a sphere. So we do live on a 4-dimensional dodecahedron. We just live in the 3rd dimension of it.
Sweet.
Well, I was gonna say.
I don't think dodecahedrons are made up of spheres, but 4-dimensional donuts are.
4-dimensional donuts? What do you
Yeah.
the 4th dimension when you poop it?
No, so it's a toroid if it's hollow, and then if it's filled, it's a donut.
Then you
I thought
poop it, and
No, if it was a donut, it would be a toroid. If it was filled, it would just be a.
That's a Bismarck.
What would that be like a crawler maybe?
Wait a minute, is that where we get the toroidal field from that Bob Nodell talks about?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. So
I love that.
toroid in mathematics is hollow on the inside.
Sean Hawkins.
Yeah, like a donut.
The Earth, it looked like a man.
No, not the middle, like the actual ring part is hollow on the inside.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm off of donuts for a while.
I like donuts.
Donuts are good.
I do too. That's why I'm off. Of
I
them for a
know.
while.
There used to be some Tim Hortons down here, but they all closed.
Yeah,
don't have
I guess Americans like good food or some crap like
I don't
that.
know. So, all right. So there's a poll. The poll is: Are sheep units valid for Flurf science? Question number 1, which is yes, got 30%.
Well, they're natural.
It's not done yet. The people can still vote. No got 10%, and then yes, but in all caps, got 60%.
But in all caps.
Yep.
They're a corporation.
Apparently.
Must be.
I mean,
don't
you can't
know how-
flurf in non all caps.
I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Jean Yuks has a good point.
Jinx you.
Oral fields are all filled with bulls, so please stay out of them.
And then and they're walking on bullshit. I'm sorry.
Where's Lemon Bird?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
What does he do?
If we say Lemon Bird's name 3 times, will he show up?
I hope
Maybe.
not.
Oh, I hope not.
What's your real name?
Lemon Bird. Lemon Bird.
Well, Lemon Bird is one of the most unlistenable to force on the earth. And
But you guys, I'm just saying the Earth is flat because the Earth is flat. That was terrible, but I had to try.
Not even close.
You know who does a really good? Who's a really good lemon bird? Brainy. It's like spot on.
Oh,
what's the guy's name that never ever answers a question when you ask him? I forget. He's not been around.
All of them?
I was gonna say every flurf. That doesn't,
Most of them.
Every
doesn't
flurf.
narrow it down at all.
No, that's not it.
Bendy likes Lemon Bird.
No.
Bendy
The guy
lights.
who he never ever will never ever answer a question if you ask.
Daniel Pratt.
No.
Daniel Pratt's water heater.
Dell.
No.
Daniel
No,
Press
that's
water
not
heater.
the answer.
Daniel Press water heater is not a flurf.
No.
You know, maybe he's hiding in the water heater and you don't really know that.
God, what's his guy? I think he's German. He's something from the youth.
Spurs chemo.
Well, that's him. Oh my God. Him and Lemon Bird. Him and Lemon Bird drives me ape poop.
Brady, you haven't had the blessing of hearing Debbie Duran.
Debbie Stern.
Blessing.
Debbie Durr. Oh, what's her last name actually? Duran. Yeah.
She actually called a credit card company to tell them they were teaching false doctrine because they had the Earth rotating and the plane traveling around it for their credit card ad.
Oh my God, that person.
Wow.
I've tried to find her.
What about the woman that recently the Moore that walked into the electrical utility company and wanted the fictitious manager or whatever.
I think did the plot hole do a few videos on that?
And somebody did it, and she was asking for the manager, and then when they wouldn't identify their name and nationality, she says, "I want the army to detain this man. I want the army to detain this man."
That's her.
Guess who's here? Effed up world's here, guys.
Oh man, that's definitely an effed up world.
Is Effed Up World a flirt for a regular person? I'm not familiar with that person.
He's a flatty. He lives in Minneapolis area, a little north of Minneapolis.
Oh, so he's in between us.
Yeah, well, closer to me, but yeah.
Can we just move them all to one geographical location, for Christ's sake?
Yes, called the Antarctic Circle.
Oh, please no.
That would be awesome.
That'd be
right?
great. They wouldn't last very long, though.
Exactly. They'd all be ice pops.
Well, they couldn't last long because the military blocks them out.
No,
could you bring back to the country?
The penguins wouldn't allow them.
Quantum.
Somebody who's really good with graphics needs to come up with a really cool penguins with machine guns video.
That would be pretty neat.
I bet JM Truth could do that.
No, JM Truth can't shoot a video of himself taking a poop.
Hey, Toon, I don't know if you were in the discussion, but you're discussing the other day with Tony?
Yes.
And the North Star and Polaris?
Yeah.
If you do the math and place Polaris 10,000 miles above the surface of the center of the ring, and you put angle A or theta at 1 degree, guess how far distant you would have to go to be at the equator on that Earth?
I don't know.
450,000 miles.
To get
in all fairness,
1
hold
degree
on.
above the horizon.
That doesn't seem.
Try it.
But you guys,
Only
have
try
you
on your
ever
calculator, put a angle A or the one straight up and down at 10,000, and then put the angle theta at 1 degree. It's 450,000 miles.
Oh yeah, and I've done that a lot with flat earthers. I've asked them about that. I never got an answer. Obviously, by the way, Gary, I am talking to you. Love you, but also I was gonna say
that puts the equator 450,000 miles away from the North Pole.
But hold on,
which is not reality.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven from the North Pole to the equator?
Yeah. How do you know?
How do you know?
Well, even if I were to say, flat earthers don't have a problem with saying that it's 90 degrees away from the equator. And even if we were to put it at 10 miles per degree, that's still 900 miles.
Well, and I have a question for flat earthers too. If it's not spherical, why do we measure it in degrees anyway? If it's flat, you would just measure it in distance.
That's it. Yeah, it's a pretty painful measurement unit to right?
I don't know. Shouldn't you be playing the video at this point? 15 degrees.
Thanks, Bob.
15 degrees per hour.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you said his name backwards. It's actually Bob.
Oh,
yeah, don't get it wrong.
I
don't know if it's wrong, but I've never ever in my life known a Bob who was heterosexual.
Don't tell Bob the science guy.
Yeah,
I can't say I really know him, but I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean Bob is straight.
My grandfather's name is Bob, and I'm alive, so he had to have been straight, or at the very
He lives by Toon.
It was under duress.
Dr. Bob lives close to you, Toon.
He does. Now, I am going to be visiting the UP here pretty soon, and so I messaged him, and we might see if we can at least get together briefly. We'll see.
What's the UP?
The Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, again, I'm Canadian. I don't know American geography.
Yeah.
How
Tell me
far
Chicago.
away from the border of Michigan do you live? To?
Michigan, to get to the UP takes probably 4 to 5 hours just to get right to the edge, because you go up to Duluth, and then you got to go across the top of Wisconsin.
That's like a ferry, though, isn't it?
No, you'd stay on the ground, the dirt, and you don't need to.
My first wife taught in Wisconsin for a while. She was a teacher.
All right.
How many sheep units per hour does it take to get to Michigan from where you live?
I can't do
87 and a half.
I can't do those conversions in my head.
Wisconsin uses beer units and cheese units.
And that's why we call you McGoon, because you don't have that in your head.
Oh, it could be worse. It could be worse. I could be Austin Whitsitt.
I'm a stupid flat earther, right? And I'm just a loser.
So
I mean,
Yeah, he is a loser.
Truer words have never been spoken.
What's happened to Nathan? Is he like totally absorbed Nathan at this point, or?
yeah, well, Austin took up all of Nathan's mannerisms and fans and money donations, and so then Nathan had to go actually earn money somehow. So it was weird for him.
Oh, FC2, you're getting called out in the chat. Convince me conspiracy says Bob is too important for you.
It could be. Could be. Well, I sent a link to Victor Crute. He's responding to me.
oh, finally.
Yeah, I don't know. I sent him a link to the live stream too to see if he's like, I don't just click links.
He's the one that's the Secret Service, right? Guy
Yes.
got recruited in when he was like 12 or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
Well, wait, can I ask you this?
But
So,
think about it. Think about it. In the last, I don't know, like, let's say 12 years. How many of these forests have just completely disappeared?
Yeah, some do.
I mean, because I started like right after STFE and Team Skeptic came in, and I've been watching, and I've seen so many of them just vanish.
That some say they're gonna go and then they don't, like JM Truth.
He's one that should go.
Yeah, but I don't know who is left.
Well, M. Benz
Yeah. Okay.
deleted his channel, the whole thing. What's
One.
his name? That guy.
That guy. Now that guy is still doing his same stuff, just not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube.
well, do you guys remember Flat Earth Asshole?
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he changed his name to Jake the Asshole, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. And now, is he still a flat earther or not? That I'm
think
not
so.
sure about.
And what about the dude with the handlebar mustache? He's completely gone.
Oh, Red Pill Philosophy or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
Red Pill.
Oh, the Mario
Yeah.
brother.
And
Mario.
Anthony Riley's gone.
No, he's not.
No.
I haven't seen
He's
anything
not
from
gone.
Riley in a long
No,
time.
his channel got deleted. He has a new channel.
No, that's probably a good thing.
I don't think he is quite as prolific as he used to be.
Yeah, he's
Not
on
after he-
he's on Nathan's show all the time still.
Yeah, not after winning DOFTY.
So he's Nathan's whipping boy.
Yeah. Oh, they say Aether Boy Travis, he's still around. He was going to be on last week. He almost, if he had didn't have a conflict, or 2 weeks ago when I had the Among Us thing.
Oh, nice.
And wasn't so again, I've kind of been out of it for a long time, but so is Ranty? He's a globe earther now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Ranty is, yeah.
You know
He
who I
changed-
really
That's
miss?
great.
What did he change his name to?
Flurspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. Yes.
You know
Yeah,
who
because
I
actually,
really miss?
so who's
Just
that?
flat out.
I'm kind of, honestly, I'm kind of wishy-washy on Ranty. I think he might have always been
I don't
phony.
No,
I don't think so. He did a lot of actual good stuff. You watched the video that he did a couple days ago, the 40-minute long video. That's a really, really good video, and he showed a lot of the stuff he was doing.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I still say, Toon, you need to get Ranty and Speak Truth, Seek Truth on and have them debate it out.
What are they going to debate?
Yeah, they both agree on the same thing.
Yeah.
One takes one side, one takes the other side.
Oh.
They both know both arguments now.
I've thought, and people have said you should do this to that. I would reverse the things and take an actual flat earther who really believes the Earth is flat, not somebody like Ranty that switched, but to get them to take the globe side, I'll take the flat Earth side, and then we debate. I think that would be.
You would still probably win.
I know what I would do. And my concern is that they would take my ideas and go with them.
Somebody already did that a couple times with Stingray and somebody else.
Yeah, Dr. Bob was going to play the part of the flat earther, but I've never heard flat earthers use Stingray's pushytrons before.
Stingray did start to get a good model going. Unfortunately, he did have to rewrite electromagnetics so that we have an inverse cube function.
There are people that you can believe are flat earthers that try to come up with reasonable arguments, but like I said, like Lemon Bird and the other guy that
Spurs.
Spurs and Hip Hop Hippie, they just never really have an argument besides no.
Yeah,
I mean, most of them don't. But my favorite thing from Lemon Bird that I heard in one of his debates was him say that Godzilla was a Jewish god of the sea.
Godzilla still exists. He just kicked King Kong's ass. Come on now.
My favorite Lemon Bird was, I asked him something. He said, "Oh, I suppose I can cobble something together."
Oh, sure.
You just admitted to just ad hoc sloppy putting things together, Lemon.
Wait, Toon. Effed Up World says he's your guy. I think he's saying that he'll take the globe side.
I saw that. Is that what you're saying? That would be. The problem is, I mean, who would actually be good at presenting the evidence and doing it seriously for the globe? I don't know, but
I don't think any of them. But
would Effed Up World?
Not unless they're a shill, not a shill, but a what do you call it?
Double agent.
A Poe to begin with.
Poe. I don't think he's a Poe.
Hey, Toon,
Yeah.
do you still wish that Flat Out would make more videos?
I love Flat
loved
Out.
I did too.
It was 1 year ago next week, I think, that I met him in person.
His very best video was the one where he got stuck in his truck because he was wearing skis.
They weren't skis. He was testing the flatness of the earth.
Yeah, well, okay, 10-foot planks that appeared to be like skis.
Is he the guy, the Canadian that got arrested?
No, that's Fokker.
Yeah, Flat Earth Fokker, yeah.
Flat Out is he's the flat earther that's produced the largest pile of flat earth evidence.
Is Fokker still in jail?
I don't know.
No, I would imagine he's out by now.
Well, I know he had a lot of charges going on with a lot of other stuff too. Like
he can't stop getting himself in trouble.
Well, these are misdemeanors. So you're talking about days in jail, not,
Well, it is Canada, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Speaking of
when you get put in jail in Canada, in the morning they're like, all right, they unlock all the doors, they say sorry, and let everybody go home.
Okay.
Is that like Tartaria?
Yeah, I think Canada is the only country that actually build submarines with screen doors.
Oh,
well, we do.
Hey, looks like it's dark in Punchy's part of the world.
Yeah, it's getting there now. I had to turn on my whatchamacallit, my outdoor light there.
Your whatchamacallit, you had to turn on your candy bar?
He didn't know he didn't know it was called a light.
No, I knew that, but I was thinking, a candle.
Yeah, but he had to get the cold light.
He call it
pole.
the electric candle.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was trying to think
no.
of the Canadian name for it.
Fun fact: in Canada, we call that the electric hurricane lantern.
Cold light.
Oh, do you actually use hurricane lanterns?
No, we don't actually. But the reason I brought that up is because I actually watched a video about hurricane lanterns the other week, and it's actually pretty interesting. But no, we actually have electricity here, hence why I'm on the phone, on the internet with you guys.
Was it on Technology Connections?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That's a good channel, man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Punchy, do you have the cold light floodlights, or do you have the warm light floodlights?
I don't have a floodlight personally, so I'm not sure what the norm is here.
Well, that's what you have. That's the picture. We call them floodlights.
No, we have them here too. I just don't personally have any in my house. Like I just have regular lights on my garage and the side of my house. I don't have any actual floodlights.
Yeah, he applied for the credit so that he can get one.
Yeah.
And the loan officer is going to get back to him next week.
Living in Florida, I survived the hurricane. I survived Hurricane Irma.
I was going to say, because of Technology Connections, for whoever mentioned that, I did learn a lot about high pressure sodium lights, and I've come to realize that we actually don't have a lot left here. We have a couple left, but we're mainly LED now.
Hey, Tim.
Oh God, are you reading Gary Wybinga in the chat?
Oh yeah.
What's he saying?
He says the sun takes more than 24 hours from solar noon to solar noon, so that's more than 15 degrees. It is. It's called
why, Gary?
It's called a sidereal day. It's part of it perfectly matches the model. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's wrong. So let me say it. Your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it. Available in my my store, MC Toon store. You can get this mug yourself. And then you can enjoy drinking to your inability to understand science there, Gary. There you go.
Are they made of fine English bone china, too?
A what?
Are they made of fine English bone china?
It absolutely, definitely not. Definitely doesn't say in the bottom made in China.
In your world, a sidereal day would be blank.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is so here's the thing: you can, Gary, you can say whatever you want, but the thing is, with nothing to back it up, your word means nothing. Because we can explain why what we're seeing happens. We can explain why a sidereal day is technically a little bit shorter than a solar day. We can explain why, as a lot of flat earthers like to question or claim whatever their justification behind it is. We can explain why when they wonder why the days don't change by 12 hours throughout the course of half a year is. But can you tell us why? And when I tell us why, I don't mean just say words. I mean an explanation. That'd be
Effed up world. We don't ignore observations.
Hold on. Let Punchy finish. Let Punchy finish.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Punchy.
That was actually pretty much it. I was just saying rather than say what you think is happening, explain why it's happening, and on top of that, explain the mechanisms behind what's happening. And now, in all fairness, it doesn't have to be like super in depth. Like in all fairness to our side, we can't explain every single phenomenon that we see, but we can have a decent understanding and a decent mathematical equation to back it up. Now,
But you know what, Punchy? You know what I can explain? I can explain a 1972 photograph of the freaking Earth.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and let's just say
who really needs to argue something that we actually have photographs of? I'm a photographer. These people are ridiculous. By the way, Wybinga and any other workers that are in the chat or anywhere listening, an image is a photo.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
hey, Gary, why don't you come in here and tell us about all the inconsistencies with the globe? We'd love to hear them.
The problem, Gary, is all of your inconsistencies that you think there are is just your inability to understand them. You need to, number one, properly understand the globe before you can identify these inconsistencies, because so far everything you've said that's inconsistent is just a misunderstanding. That's number one. Number two, you need to explain all of the things that we can explain for flat Earth with the same accuracy and level of predictability, and you can do absolutely nothing, exactly zero. And yes, I am doing this sign because it's meaningless. You have exactly zero predictive ability. When will the sun set? What angle will the sun set? You don't know. How does the sun even set? Why doesn't it change in angular size throughout the day dramatically?
And also, what if any flat Earth model can give us the exact angles that we measure with the sun rising and setting at certain times a year?
Can give us anything.
Nothing.
With more than one person.
Oh, and Chris Hoffman
people measuring at the same time. Predict that?
Chris Hoffman in the chat. It's not a painting when you have a negative of it. You can go and witness for yourself and actually take copies of it.
And also, in all fairness, if you knew all of the data behind it, like if you knew the camera that was used, if you knew the angle that the camera took it at, the amount of zoom they had, if any, again, I'm not sure about that, but whatever zoom they used, if any, and if you knew the angular size of the Earth at the time of the picture and the angular size of the photo itself, you could use that in itself to determine the distance it was taken from.
Exactly. I mean, now, granted, I'm talented enough in Photoshop where I could, if I really wanted to, I could make a picture of the flat Earth. But then again, this is 2021 and not 1972.
Well, I say model schmodel. You can go up in a high altitude plane and see the damn curve for yourself.
Yeah, but what I was saying though is, curve or not, let's just say any picture of the Earth taken far enough away where you can notice something aside from just the horizon, like between the sky and the ground, basically. Again, if they're telling you a certain distance and you have a certain amount of data to work off of, you can work your way back to find out if that picture was taken where they claim or not. And what I'm saying is with the and what I'm saying with the 1972 blue marble there, or whatever year it was, I think it's 72.
Yep.
72.
Yeah. So that one
more thing of photography, and I'll leave it alone. A Nikon P900, a Nikon P1000. They're both absolute crap consumer cameras. Okay, people. I have professional cameras I have professional cameras where the bodies cost $5,000 a piece without a lens. Okay, so those cameras are what we call, in my business, a consumer camera. They're for people who don't really know what photography is and shoot everything on automatic.
Well, in all fairness, I'll give the P900 and 1000 this. For someone like me who knows nothing about cameras, it's a very good consumer camera in the sense that you can just buy it and use it. So for someone like me who doesn't know, like what a good camera is, what a good lens is, what a good, different parts are, etc. For me, it would be great just to pay the $1,000 or whatever it is, and then just use it to film stuff far away. However, that in itself,
you're just shooting an automatic with a really high zoom lens. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, but
it's not even really a terribly long focal length. I mean, I think the 1000 is 570 millimeters maximum focal length. It's just a really, really tiny sensor that makes it look that big.
Gary, if you're going to try and debate us, why don't you just come in here? That way we don't have to try and keep up with you in the chat.
I'll tell you.
I don't own a single lens that costs less than a P900.
And Tune, I want to say nice to the number of likes that you have right now.
Hey, Punchy, to be fair though, Then I
Yes.
forgot what I was going to say. Dang it.
You should write it
Oh,
down
sorry.
next time.
Yeah.
Great.
But,
We all
this I
agree.
do remember.
Well, that's-
June, could you give
Last-
me the
last
ability
we
to
forget.
share my screen?
Oh yeah.
I got an awesome picture that everyone in this channel needs to look at. This
Is it a flat
proves
Earth?
the shape of the Earth.
All right. You can.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Effed up world, yes, it does. Sorry, dude. Pictures
Oh, God.
worth 1,000 words. Sorry, dude.
That is that is flat out measuring for curvature. It's panned to the side. If you can move it, because you only see his back end.
That is absolutely a flurf.
Move your cursor to the right.
Oh god.
There we go. Oh, that's it.
No, it's flat out.
Look at him. That is how you measure the shape of the Earth, right there.
And you know what? I will give props to him because I'm not sure what the temperature is there, but there's snow on the ground. So the fact that he's half naked in, I'm assuming at the very least around 0, maybe give or take 5 degrees Celsius. That's pretty goddamn, just brave right there. Because I wouldn't even do that. I'm Canadian.
I think he's more than half naked.
Is he for real?
Celsius means nothing to us, so speak English.
Yeah, we only do freedom
fine.
units here.
Okay, so let's see. 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you
So
go.
between 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wait, I thought 32 degrees Fahrenheit was 0 Celsius.
Just
Yeah, it is. That's what I just
Brady
said.
photography.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
double the Celsius and add 30, and you get Fahrenheit. That's
Close
pretty-
enough. Yeah.
Or how about this?
32.
Better idea. How about this? Better idea. You guys join the rest of the freaking world.
Celsius doesn't have the same degree of accuracy.
Yes, it has. It has.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
It's much more accurate, actually. But hey,
No,
whatever.
the numbers are closer together, so you have to use decimals if you want.
Hey, what's
a
wrong with
finer tune.
decimals? What's wrong with decimals?
It's 5.5 degrees outside Celsius.
Oh, damn it, Bobby!
I mean, if we're gonna convert to Celsius, we should use like decicelsius or something.
Oh my god.
That's a Celsius.
Well, tell me this. At standard temperature and pressure, how can you get something more elegant than 0 being freezing and 100 being boiling?
If you set them to things that are more within the range that we experience on a normal day, those are way too close. The difference between water freezing and boiling are much too close to set them between 0 and 100.
He should have put boiling at 1,000.
When I'm in Florida and the temperature is 90, it sounds hot. It doesn't sound hot. What do you say, 28?
Well,
Damn it.
my problem is more.
Well, I was gonna say first off, 28 isn't 90. 28 is so I'm not sure 28, but 30 degrees Celsius is 86. So
Yeah, 28 is
28 would be significantly lower than that.
no
Well, I'll
28
tell
would
you,
be about 86.
It's been an extremely hot summer here in DC. It's been much worse here than the 3 past years I was in Florida.
Well, I'll tell you this. So I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. First off, last year
When it gets hot
last year,
there.
sorry, this
Yeah, the water thaws. The lakes thaw in the peak of summer.
Yeah, no, but joking aside, so everyone thinks Canada as being only cold. So first off, it was minus 40 degrees back in February, and then it was plus 40 degrees or 105 degrees Fahrenheit at the beginning of June here. Oh, great heavens.
Punchy,
I didn't need to see that.
I have,
Punchy, what
Yeah.
latitude are you at?
I'm only at
Roughly.
50.
50.
Oh,
I have to ask you, Toon, is this flat Earth guy?
This-
Is he for real?
That's flat out.
No.
He is as real as any flat earther.
Yeah, no, he's the ultimate troll. Because he was actually, so I'm not sure if you were, because he was big back, like 3 years ago? Maybe 2-3 years ago?
But yeah.
Effed up
Yeah, and
world,
so-
I don't care how much focus you have. Your center's small, and it's for little flirty pansies like you. Professionals do not use cameras that cost less than $5,000. Get a life.
Yeah.
Also, if you want more zoom, get a telescope.
Doesn't have a 3000mm telephoto lens. It has a 571mm lens and a really small sensor.
Yes.
Yeah, and also, by the way, you should be ashamed of your small sensor. They're millimeters bigger.
Yeah, and the lens is only stops down to like 5.6.
Yeah. And chicks dig nothing less than like at least 600mm.
Oh, come on, Punchy. Don't lie. You like big sensors.
Hey,
Yeah.
I like big sensors that cannot lie. My other brothers can't deny.
I just can't afford a proper big sensor.
Perfect setup.
Punchy
You
and
couldn't resist
anybody
that,
else.
could you, Punchy?
Punchy and anybody else. You want to know the actual measurement of a good lens, and that's not the focal length. It's not how much zoom you have. It's what your f-stop is.
You know,
if you can go down to f-stop 2 or 1.5, that's at least $1,000 lens. A 5.6 is an absolute piece of crap lens.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say to Punchy. To be fair, unlike flat earthers, Punchy, you could research and probably understand what a good camera is.
well, and here's the thing.
P900.
I was gonna say, here's the thing. I understand a little bit of it to a certain extent, but as you said, if I was interested in it and I wanted to actually pursue anything in it, I could actually go and research it like a normal person, rather than just say, "Oh, the P900 is the best. Therefore, gotta have a P900 because the P900 is what everyone else says, or everyone that I respect at least says. So therefore, I should use it." And
I own a camera that has a 0.05 f-stop.
That's awesome. Quickie 5.6 is not decent for a telephoto. I'm sorry, 2 is decent for a telephoto. 5.6 is a consumer camera. Grow up.
I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
but I
though.
mean-
Don't own a camera that's a 0.05
That
f-stop. I don't think they make them, do they?
there are some that were very, very big that who used it for movies? Somebody used it for a movie that was completely lit by candles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Safety K got you
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of
People do not understand the importance of a low f-stop. These people that are like Quickie arguing in the chat here, he has no clue what it takes to make a good camera.
well,
And the body is honestly, the body is secondary. I mean, yeah, you want a good sensor, but the glass is the most important part.
Safe, why don't you
glass
jump in
you
here?
keep for years.
Well, it sounds like the P900 and the P1000 are very expensive point-and-shoot cameras.
They're consumer cameras.
Yeah.
But you guys understand,
Well,
you're talking about $1,200 for a camera and a lens. When I go buy a camera, the body itself with no lens will cost me a minimum of $5,000.
All right. Here it is. Here it is. Just a second. The Zeiss F0.7. That's one of the largest ever made. And Stanley Kubrick used it for the movie called Barry Lyndon. There it is. All right.
Never heard of it.
That's enough of
That's a lie.
enough
He
camera
used it
talk.
for the movie called Going to the Moon in 1969.
I mean, it's like these people have an argument that's just as good enough as why can't I see stars and the moon at the same time? And you really have to answer that question. If I have to answer that question for you, you need to buy the book Photography for Dummies.
Well, here's the thing. Since I'm on my phone right now, so I think I can answer this question fairly easily just with my smartphone camera. Let's be honest here. So right now, I can see a couple of stars. We're in. If I had to guess, I would say maybe between nautical and astronomical twilight. Also, I do have a couple lights on around me, as you can clearly see, so it'll make it a bit different. But if I were to turn my camera around, how do I do that here? Here we go. Yeah, as you said, the sky is still somewhat.
Hold on a second. Quickie, a 200 to 500 millimeter 5.6 lens is fine as long as you're shooting in sunlight. If you have any kind of low condition light, you're screwed. You can't shoot it at all. It'll be blurry or very, very grainy.
All right. I have on my Discord server a photography channel. Take it there, guys.
Okay.
I was going to say, Brady, I have a photograph, a not very good one, unfortunately, but I have a photograph of a full moon with stars visible in the background.
Was it long exposure?
No, and it's correctly
It can't even be a
correctly
long
exposed.
exposure because the moon would blow out. How are you getting? Do you have a filter on the camera?
Well, you can't filter the moon out without filtering the stars out, can you?
You can. No, you have centralized filters. That have only
Actually, I've got a filter on the moon.
Clouds?
Can I share quickly? Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Hurry before my eyes glaze over.
Yeah, it's freaking after
There you
11
go.
o'clock.
There we go.
Well, first off, it's clearly
It's
clearly
during an
fake.
eclipse.
It's during a lunar eclipse.
Yeah, all right. So you're cheating.
That's not cheating. That's
I did
timing.
Yeah, I did say I did say there was a filter on the moon.
See, Alan, you say stuff like that, and you get these morphers believing you can do something like that. And now people like me are going to have to defend this to the end of our lives.
I'm going with Alan on this one. That was a
I
troll.
was gonna say, first off, why defend them? Let them be dumb. It's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is a full moon, and
What's your shutter speed on that, Alan?
I think that was like about a second.
You can see the stars have a little move to them.
Yeah, the stars are.
Everything's.
Yeah, so I was thinking the stars are a little blurry, so there's definitely a longer.
I was gonna say, should we explain to flat earthers that a second, when it comes to shutter speed, is actually a fairly long time?
Well, yes, because the problem is that in a second you get 15 seconds of arc of movement.
15 arc seconds, which is an angular measurement, Flatties, an angular
Correct.
measurement.
Yes.
Yes.
And and that is about 15 arc seconds that's on there, I think.
Well, if I were on a computer, I'd show you my pictures of the eclipse, the last one, but I'm not on a computer, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last time we had a total solar eclipse here in the UK, I was still shooting film.
Hey, film is great. Film is great, man.
I was still shooting film, but the problem was that I took my son on a road trip on the motorbike, completely from one side of England to the other, almost as far as you can go from, because I live on the East Coast. We went all the way down to Cornwall, and it was a lovely 2 days. Unfortunately, half an hour before the eclipse, it clouded over and we couldn't actually see the sun.
Oh, what camera are you using for film?
I had an ME Super back then.
I still have an RZ67 from Mamiya.
All right, bring it to the photography channel. Listen up, people.
Yeah, we will.
I've got in 20 minutes, so it's a little bit of an unusual time for me. In 20 minutes, I've got Flat Earth pilot Quincy Carr talking about 5G. He thinks that somehow 5G is gonna do things. Don't know.
Oh, by the way, speaking of 5G, that's one thing very clear. I'm on 5G right now. As far as I know, I'm just.
Oh no!
Me too.
Wow.
I'm on 5G as well.
Wait a second. My face is melting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wait a second. I'm
on
5G. I'm on 5G, and I've had the virus, the vaccine.
The virus. Awesome. So, all right. So I'm going to wrap this up here briefly, and then I have to hit the bathroom and stuff, and then prepare with him. I'd like to send him a link in 5 minutes. So there's that. Tomorrow I think it's tomorrow. Let me back up. Yesterday I got interviewed by a guy called the Lawful Rebel in England. Nigel is his name. He has interviewed Mark Steele, and I contacted him saying, Mark Steele said a whole bunch of things that aren't true. What if you brought me on to talk about it? So he did. So tomorrow, I think, is when that's out. So be looking for that. I'm going to share that on my channel, and I haven't asked yet if he minds if I mirror it. But go watch it on his channel. I would love it if I was on somebody else's channel. If that's his highest watched video, I think that would say a lot to the next guy that I say, hey, bring me on. So,
all right, Michael, I hope everything comes out okay for you.
Yeah, the interview was done. It was a great interview. He is a former pilot, so is amused by the flat Earth content.
I was talking about the bathroom.
The bathroom. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you're wishing me well. It's been a few years since it was a problem for me, but
Who's not that old?
I'm only 13.
You guys, I've been there, and his bathroom, it's literally right outside the door from his office.
I'm pointing at the toilet. It's right there.
Just don't pull a PhD Tony.
Yeah. You mean O'Reilly?
No, flushing the toilet when your mic's open.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Even though they won the franchise wars, stay away from Taco Bell.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought Pizza Hut won.
Brag. No, Demolition Man. Demolition Man, man.
Yep. I think Toon wants to kick us off.
No,
yes.
I was talking Demolition Man.
Let him kick us off.
All right. I'm actually looking to grab the link to throw it in here so people can pop in that one and start chatting in the live chat there before it happens. Right. I'm almost there.
Quick answer for Scythe. Scythe, that's because 800mm lenses are generally only used for sports photography, which are shot in bright sunlight. Thank you.
All right.
There you go.
There it is. Next stream is in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for the silly and fun pre-show. This show will automatically self-destruct as soon as it ends.
It should. It really needs to.
But I will probably upload it on my second channel, which is MC space TWO space N. If you want to find that. So anyway, that's what I got for tonight. For this couple minutes. So we'll see you in about 16 or 17 minutes. All right, everybody.
Bye. No, I'll be there.
Later. Bye-bye.
Okay.